Mumbai and Delhi are two important metropolitan cities of India. Now, Mumbai experiences a pleasant moderating climate while Delhi experiences extreme climate. Why so? This is because of their geographical location. See, Mumbai is situated close to a water body, and the name of this water body is Arabian Sea, while Delhi is far away from this water body. Now, this closeness or proximity to the sea has an advantage. The advantage of being situated close to a sea is that the place or the coastal areas enjoy winds. So, in today's video, we will discuss how these winds originate and what are they called. During day, the land gets heated up faster than the sea. So, the land is warmer while the sea is cooler. Now, the air lying above the land absorbs heat and expands. This warm air rises, creating a low pressure zone over the land, while the air above the sea is cold and dense. This cold dense air sinks, creating a high pressure area. So the air above the land rises, and on reaching higher altitude they eventually cools down and sinks over the sea. Now the pressure condition of the land is higher than the pressure condition over the sea. So a cool air moves from sea towards the land. This is known as sea breeze. At night, the conditions are reversed. The land cools down faster than the sea. So the land is cooler while the sea is warmer. Now the air prevailing over the sea gets heated up and rises, while the air prevailing over the land cools down and sinks. Now the hot air rises, creating a low pressure region over the sea, while the cold air sinks down, creating high pressure over the land. Now the warm air rises above the sea and reaches the upper layer of the atmosphere. Eventually it cools down and descends over the land. So the air pressure condition over the land is higher than the air pressure condition of the sea. So a cool breeze moves from land towards the sea. This is known as land breeze. These land breeze and sea breeze have moderating influence on the coastal areas. Now, apart from land breeze and sea breeze, monsoon winds also originate due to differential heating of landmass and water body. During summer, the temperature of the landmass is higher than the temperature of the water body. So, a low pressure condition prevails over the landmass while a high pressure condition prevails over the water body. Now, this difference in air pressure condition of the landmass and water body attracts the southeast trade wind. Now southeast trade wind is a planetary wind which gets deflected to the right after crossing the equator due to Coriolis force. And then these winds blow as southwest monsoon winds. These southwest monsoon winds are onshore winds as they blow from sea to land, and they cause rainfall in most parts of Asia, especially India. These southwest monsoon winds are active especially during summer. During winter, the conditions get reversed. The temperature of the water body is higher than the temperature of the landmass. So, a high pressure condition prevails over the landmass while a low pressure condition prevails over the water body. Now, this difference in air pressure condition generates wind. We can see that a wind blows from land towards the sea, and this wind blows in northeast direction. So, these winds are also known as northeast trade winds. Now, initially these winds are offshore winds, that is, they blow from land to sea and they do not cause rainfall, but after crossing the water body they pick up moisture and cause rainfall in some parts of Asia like the Coromandel coast of India and coast of Japan. These winds are prevalent mostly during winter. So just now we read about two types of winds, that is southwest monsoon winds that are active during summer and northeast monsoon winds that are active mostly during winter. Now, both these winds are called monsoon winds. Now, the word monsoon means season. Now, these winds, that is southwest winds and northeast winds, are called monsoon winds because they change their direction seasonally. The summer monsoon winds blows from southwest direction during summer, while the winter monsoon winds blows from northeast direction. So, since these winds change their direction seasonally, so these winds are also known as monsoon winds. Now, these winds are quite powerful and they dominate the planetary winds that are active in this region. For instance, the southwest monsoon winds dominate the northeast trade winds that are prevalent in this region, that is in the North Torrid Zone. So, the southwest monsoon winds dominate the northeast trade wind, which is a planetary winds. Thus, the monsoon winds are quite powerful. So, till now we discussed about 4 types of winds: land breeze, sea breeze, summer monsoon winds and winter monsoon winds. All these winds change their direction periodically. That is, the land breeze blows from land to sea during night, while during day they blow from sea to land. Again, the monsoon winds change their direction seasonally. That is, they blow in southwest direction during summer and they blow from northeast direction during winter. So, we can see that these winds change their direction or course periodically. So, these winds are also known as periodic winds. And periodic winds mostly occur due to variation of temperature and pressure conditions of land and sea. That is, these winds originate due to differential heating of land and sea. And these winds are called periodic winds. And the examples of periodic winds are land and sea breeze and summer and winter monsoon winds. So, now this is the same old chart on types of winds. We have already studied about permanent winds. Permanent winds are also known as planetary winds, which blow in a particular direction throughout the year. And the types of planetary winds are trade winds, westerlies and polar easterlies. We have already made a video on planetary winds. You can pause the video and use the iDictionary feature to revise quickly about planetary winds. Just now we discussed about another type of wind, that is periodic winds. Periodic winds change their direction or course periodically. The examples of periodic winds are land and sea breeze and monsoon winds, especially summer monsoon winds and winter monsoon winds. We will now continue with our lesson and study about another type of wind. Now, before we proceed with our lesson, let us try to answer this question. Which type of wind is land and sea breeze? Are they planetary winds, periodic winds, trade winds or polar winds? Well, the correct answer is periodic winds. Land and sea breeze are periodic winds as they change their direction periodically. We will now study about another category of wind that are prevalent over a small region. A hot, dry, dusty wind blows in Egypt and flows in northeast direction. It flows towards Mediterranean Sea, and the name of this wind is Khamsin. Khamsin is a hot dry wind. A similar type of hot, dry, dusty winds blows in summer in the northern states of India. This wind is mostly active in the months of May and June, and the name of this wind is Loo. This wind is seen as an evil as it raises the temperature of these places, and also this wind results in fatal heat strokes during summer. Now both Khamsin and Loo are hot dry winds. These winds originate in the tropical region. Now some winds are cold because they originate in the polar regions. One such wind is Pampero. Pampero is an extremely cold, bitter wind. This wind blows in the pampas of South America. Since this wind blows over South America, especially in the pampas region of South America, so this wind lowers the temperature of this region. Another example of cold wind is Mistral. Mistral blows in the European states, especially in the central France. Now just like Pampero, Mistral is a strong cold wind. It causes the trees of the France to bend in the direction of this wind. Now both Pampero and Mistral are examples of cold winds. Now some winds descend down the slope of the mountain ranges towards the lowlands or valleys, and these winds are known as descending winds. An example of descending wind is Chinook. Chinook descends down the slope of Rockies mountains. Chinook raises the temperature of the adjoining valley. It also melts the snow and uncovers the grass for the grazing animals. So Chinook is an example of a descending wind which descends down the slope of Rockies mountains in North America. Another example of descending wind is Fan. Fan descends down the slope of Alps mountain, which is situated in Europe. Fan also raises the temperature of the valley by 14 degrees Celsius in a matter of minutes. Now both Chinook and Fan are warm descending winds, and they descend down the slope of the mountain ranges and raises the temperature of the valleys. So we discussed about different types of winds that are prevalent over a small area, and also these winds blow for shorter duration. So these winds that are prevalent or effective over a small area and blows for a shorter duration are known as local winds. Now the local winds can be hot, cold or descending winds. Hot winds like Khamsin and Ru raise the temperature of the places over which they blow. Cold winds like Mistral and Pampero lower the temperature of the places over which they blow. Another type of local wind is descending winds. Descending winds are called so because they move down or descend down the slope of a mountain range. Some examples of descending winds are Chinook and Fan. So in today's video, we read about two categories of winds, that is periodic winds and local winds. Periodic winds are called so because they change their direction periodically. Periodic winds are of two categories like land and sea breeze. which change their direction at different intervals of day. And another category of periodic winds is monsoon winds. Monsoon winds change their direction seasonally. Now, local winds are called so because they are prevalent over a small area and they are active for shorter duration. Also, these winds originate due to change in local temperature and pressure conditions. The type of local winds are cold winds, hot winds and descending winds. We have discussed the examples of each of these type of winds. In our next video, we will learn about another category of winds, that is variable winds. Don't forget to subscribe to our channel and hit the bell icon. You can also register for free at DeltaStep.com or download the DeltaStep app to learn one-to-one with our amazing teachers or to get access to our 5,000 amazing videos as per your school syllabus. Master each topic with our adaptive practice technology. Get million-plus questions with step-by-step solutions and unlimited mock tests. Get all your doubt resolved instantly. Learn via games and win amazing prizes like PlayStations and iPads. So at DeltaStep, learning is not just fun and easy, but it's rewarding too. So register for free now.